Namaste, Namaskaram, Vanakkam, Namo Namaha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Hindu Yoga Dharma. So let's go on an exciting journey today that'll hit home for all of us. We're going to do a 3-part series on fear. So first we'll start off with a preface. Fear is one of the most universal experiences of human life and of our fellow primates. And yet it is also one of the least, honestly, talked about and understood. Most people will not simply say, "I'm afraid." Fear usually arrives wearing something else. It may wear, quote unquote, masculinity. It may wear femininity. It may wear beauty. It may wear toughness. It may wear arrogance, silence, perfection, fashion, anger, control, or even confidence. It may hide beneath the desire to be admired, desired, respected, feared, safe, young, strong, or untouchable. This trilogy began with a simple recognition: fear rarely appears honestly. The first essay, Fear in Costume, examines how fear disguises itself in ordinary social life. In many men, for example, fear may become the fear of weakness, covered by hardness, swagger, aggression, intimidation, and the performance of being unafraid. In many women, fear may become the mirror as a battlefield, covered by beauty pressure, aging, anxiety, cosmetics, fashion, and the fear of just not being enough. The essay also explores the serious fear of violation, especially the fear of sexual violence, and the modern paradox of exposure, where visibility, fashion, body display, social pressure, and consent are often confused. Its central insight is that fear may become performance. The man may perform hardness. The woman may perform perfection. Both may be asking underneath the costume, am I safe? Am I seen, honestly? Then we move on to the second essay. Fear has an ear. This moves from diagnosis to discernment. If fear is present, the task is not merely to crush it, mock it, or pretend to be fearless. Fear must be heard. Not all fear is false. Not all fearlessness is true. The deer's fear, for example, may be wisdom, while the mosquito's fearlessness may just be ignorance. The brash youth who says, quote, "fear this," unquote, may not be courageous at all, but trapped in ego display. This essay brings the teachings into a Hindu framework through Bhyaya and Abhyaya, Ganesha's great ears, Abhyaya and Varada, the sweetness of right action, and Topu Karanam, as the body learning to listen. Its central insight is that fear is not only something to fight, fear is something to hear. Properly heard, fear can become caution, discernment, humility, courage, and dharma. Then we move on to the third essay, What Fear Cannot Touch. This completes the movement by turning inward. Once we have seen the costumes of fear and learned to listen to fear, a deeper question remains. Who is the one beneath the fear? Fear attaches itself to the body, face, beauty, strength, reputation, gender role, social image, mind, emotion, and personality. But the deeper self is not the costume. In typical Western language, and especially Christian, this inner essence is often called the soul. In Hindu Dharma, it's called the Atmana. Quite a bit different. The body can age, but the Atmana is not wrinkled. The face can be judged, but the Atmana is not made ugly by judgment. The mind can shake, the emotions can tremble, and the world can misunderstand us, but fear cannot possess the deepest self. Its central insight is that fear may touch the changing layers of human life, but it cannot touch what is deepest and most real. Together, these three essays form one movement. Fear in costume exposes fear. Fear has an ear teaches us to listen to fear. What fear cannot touch reveals the self beyond fear. The movement is psychological, it's ethical, and it's religious spiritual. First, we see what fear looks like when it hides. Then we learn what fear is saying when it speaks. Finally, we discover what fear can never reach. This is important, because the goal is not to become fearless by becoming hard or flawless or reckless or exposed, approved, numb, or admired. The goal is to become truthful. Fear that is denied becomes a costume. Fear that is heard can become wisdom. Fear that is understood can become courage. Fear that is seen clearly can reveal the difference between what changes and what does not. The body matters, of course. Safety matters. Boundaries matter. Justice matters. Hearing matters. No true teaching should use so-called spirituality to dismiss real pain, danger, trauma, or responsibility. But neither should we reduce the human being to just the body, the mirror, the muscle, the approval of others, or the costume fear has made us wear. We are more than the fear. We are more than performance. We are more than the gaze of the world. This trilogy, therefore, asks three questions. What costume is my fear wearing? What is fear asking me to hear? And who am I beneath the fear? In answering them, we begin to move from performance to honesty, from panic to discernment, from social image to inner essence. Fear may wear a costume, fear may speak, but it must be heard. But fear cannot touch the deepest self. So I hope this inspired you to check with us. And on Dharma Yoga Ashram, our YouTube channel, we'll post the trilogy as we go on this human journey together, seeking a peace through strength and justice. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.